Welcome to this week's edition of VERITAS Half Hour. VERITAS Half Hour is our weekly television program where we discuss academic excellence and quality formation at Veritas University, Abuja. In this week's episode, we will be focusing on orientation program organized for the newly admitted students into the Faculty of Law, Veritas University, Abuja. Resource persons who will be addressing them will include Professor Epiphany Azinge, Professor Paul Idonije, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, both. We'll also have the Dean of the Faculty, Associate Professor Josephine Agbonika, who is the latest Senior Advocate of Nigeria in town. And we'll have Reverend Father Dr. Barrister Anthony Azuwike, as well as the Vice Chancellor of Veritas University, Abuja, Professor Hyacinth Ementa Ichoku. Please join us as we welcome you. My name is Cyril Ole. An orientation program for the newly admitted students into the Faculty of Law program at Veritas University, Abuja took place recently. It started with the national anthem.
The longest time in the university as a student here. So that has taken me to many universities, and I have not come across a law faculty that set out with this level of studied faculty. We are blessed not just by erudite professors. We have a bunch of 3 distinguished learned civics. 3 senior advocates are starting this faculty. A round of applause. Don't take that for me.
Father Anthony Azuwike is my name. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you to this meeting.
Reverend Father Dr. Anthony Azuwike, who coordinated the law program until he became a faculty, explained why the orientation was put together for the new students. Thereafter, the Dean, Faculty of Law, Veritas University, Abuja, Professor Mrs. Josephine Agbonika, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, set the ball rolling with her speech.
Like a dream come true. In the Faculty of Law, there will be no discrimination about whether you are male or female, whether you are old or young. We will treat all of you in the same manner and expect that you will understand our mode of teaching and our mode of relationship with you. Now, we appreciate that most of you are coming from secondary school background, and that because of that, you are looking forward to enjoying this new air of freedom. Well, the air of freedom is something wonderful in a university, that it could also be with a lot of risks. Risk in the sense that if you enjoy the freedom too much, the likelihood is that you miss what you have come here for. And nobody waits for you. If the Faculty of Law tells you that it is starting on this day, take it that they are starting. If you choose to come in late, that's your problem. We have codes that you will be told about in a few minutes. We insist on the manner that you dress. You don't have a choice about it. The way you wear your hair, we also insist. We will not have a situation where, we will not have a situation where you choose to wear things that are unacceptable to the faculty. For example, in the Faculty of Law, we will not tolerate beard. You can't wear a beard. You'll have to start looking for how to cut it if you have not already cut yours. We won't tolerate colored hair, which means if you already have dyed your hair, maybe you'll need to go and cut it low so that your natural hair can begin to grow. If it is weave-on you are using that is different in terms of color, you will need to remove it before your lectures start. Otherwise,
Okay.
sorry, I'll need to.
Morning, Prof. I'm still here, sir. Morning, sir.
Prof, sir.
I can't believe this. My dear, I'm still here. Morning. Good morning.
Prof, sir.
Am I supposed to be sitting down here with learned people? I'm not learned though. Good.
Gentlemen, the
Yeah,
Vice
well
Chancellor
done.
of the University, a round of applause, please.
Good. Shall we? All right.
We want to welcome the Vice Chancellor in a very special way to our midst. Although he says he is not learned, we know you are highly educated. And we respect you. We respect you, sir. Now, as I was saying, it is important that you follow all our codes. Otherwise, you may find yourself walking out of the window. Now, one important thing that you must bear in mind as you come in is your registration. A lot of students go about gallivanting and they forget that they need to register. If you don't register, the presumption is that we don't know you. You must register at every relevant table and bring your documents to our faculty officer, because he is the custodian of the documents that you have used towards your registration. Now, if there is any document that should be in your file, at this point, we want you to ensure that you get those things in. Your results, your registration slips, photocopies of your payment slips. All those things need to be in your files, because at the point of exam, we may refuse to give you exam cards if there is no evidence that you have made all those relevant payments. So from the beginning, it's good for us to know where we can go wrong and where we can be right. Now, it is also important at this beginning for you to know that your course is a tedious course. It's not going to give you a lot of time for play. Which means from the beginning you need to begin to pay attention to what you are being taught. Otherwise, the likelihood is that you will not graduate when your mates are graduating, or perhaps you may not see the walls of any court in your lifetime. But God forbid. We want to pray that the students that we groom will become lawyers at the end of the day, and that they will do well in life. So please, you will need to work with us. We will not tolerate undue stubbornness, undue rudeness. It will not take you anywhere. If the university insists on certain rules, please let's go by it and let's do the right thing. But as you come, we welcome you in the belief that we will understand one another and that we will all do what is right at the end of the day. Welcome.
It was a rare privilege for the newly admitted students to behold physically the Vice Chancellor of the University, Reverend Father Professor Hyacinth Ichoku, who explained the tedious work done to make sure that the Faculty of Law at Veritas University, Abuja, become a reality.
I want to thank you for organizing this meeting, the first orientation for fresh students in the law faculty. Now, this is the first group, isn't it? Yeah. They're like the pioneers and the groundbreakers. Yeah. And so I want to welcome you first formally to Veritas University, and to say that we expect you to be groundbreakers. groundbreakers in every sense. We are going to expect a lot from you, and I'm happy that you're already starting in a very impressive way with decent dressing, good behavior, attire, and everything. I think that is a good impression, and my speech will not take long because I know that these erudite legal luminaries and professors would address you formally on our expectations, not just for the law faculty but also as a university. You will notice that Veritas University is a fully residential university. That is the first thing. That every student is resident inside the university. We are addressing issues of accommodation and all that. But it's important to know that why the university is fully residential is because it is not just a place for academic formation, intellectual formation. It is also very important to realize that it is a place for holistic formation in terms of morals, in terms of behavior, in terms of comportment, in terms of academics, whatever, and even your future. Many of you will end up not even as the legal luminary has said, many of you may not even practice law at the end of it, because I've seen a lot of lawyers who don't practice. They may get involved in other things. So we'll be getting involved in other things, as people passing through the university, entrepreneurship. You may end up maybe an entrepreneur, who knows. You may end up as an ICT expert, who knows. But the most important thing is that you are formed and you have the motivation for a goal in life. I keep saying, whatever you do today, the choices you make today, I hope you get it clear, the choices you make today will be your future. So the choices you make today are extremely important. Did you get me right? The choices you make today will determine your tomorrow. I hope that is clear. The choices you make today, will determine where you end up tomorrow. So it's absolutely important that you make the right decisions, that you make the right choices today. And if you abuse today, if you abuse the opportunities you have today, you will regret your tomorrow. And we don't want any of you to regret his tomorrow or her tomorrow. I hope that is clear. So if you don't want to regret your tomorrow, I keep saying, that the students, in a cohort like this, some will end up stars, and others will end up, carrying hewers of wood and pitchers of water. But they are the same class. They enter the same class, isn't it? It all depends on the choices you make today. It's about the choices you make today. If you want to be hewer of wood tomorrow or fetcher of water tomorrow, it's about the choices you make today. And if you want to be a star tomorrow, it is about the choices you make.
The orientation program saw eminent jurists and legal practitioners such as Professor Epiphany Azinge,
Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, Principal Officers, my Dean, Senior Advocates of Nigeria, other members of staff, dear students. I want to add my voice to welcome all of you as pioneer students of the Faculty of Law, and also on this side to congratulate ourselves as pioneer staff of the law faculty in this regard. Today history is made. Today you start your journey, your life journey, and you are starting in a very uncommon way. And I use the word advisedly, uncommon. Very uncommon, and never seen in many places that the Vice Chancellor should be in attendance in such an occasion like this. So we're extremely privileged, you are lucky, and you should not take that for granted. I can't remember seeing my Vice Chancellor until the day I graduated, and I only cited him at the convocation. So you are just here with your Vice Chancellor the very first time. It's not something to be taken for granted, and indeed all the principal officers. So you should note that this place is fairly uncommon, and in that regard, many things uncommon is expected of you. I believe that the Vice Chancellor has spoken so eloquently. Indeed, it's against the run of protocol that any other person should speak when the Chief Executive has spoken, but being that he has assented or considered that I should speak, I just want to make it as brief as possible so that I don't take anything for granted. Discipline is one that is the most important in my mind. And it takes you, I don't know, many of our colleagues will continue, it takes you so far. Your past is behind you, but your today and your future is for you to tell your story. And it is very, very important that you note that going forward. Don't make any mistake as you start this journey that you will regret tomorrow. Don't. Many have done so, and they've lived to regret. You have started this journey. Whether it is here, whether it's when you leave this place, you have started a journey. I know the latest senior advocate will tell you, I've been privileged to be a member of the Privileges Committee for years. One thing that we insisted, that before you are made a senior advocate of Nigeria, your name must be announced to the public. The public will see your name and comment appropriately. If you have stolen from your mother is in a position to write and say you are not a fit and proper person. When you've committed any havoc in the university system, the university can do so. Your clients outside will do so. So you are in a position to write your own story going forward. Don't find yourself making any silly mistake that you will regret. It is very, very important. I believe that that is the aspect I want to. Some other people will talk about ethics, professional ethics and what have you. But that discipline is very, very important. And that's why you are in the boarding, so that you can be properly monitored, so that you can also groom yourselves very well. We've noticed over a period of time that those who missed out in the boarding school at their secondary school level always find it difficult to socialize properly thereafter. If you have missed out that one, this is another opportunity for you to integrate, develop that social communication skills amongst others, and grow your friends, grow the proper friends. Mr. Vice Chancellor said that boys should be careful of drugs. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I dare to submit that even girls do it better than boys. So we have to all be careful. There is no singling out every other. We are in the system, so we understand what happened. So everybody should be extremely careful. So without much ado, I want to welcome you. We will be engaging with you in time to come. Maybe some of us not this year, but it is important that we meet with you. You are from very, very, very formidable homes. Some of you.
Professor Paul Idonije, Senior Advocate of Nigeria.
Veritas universities seek to be a dynamic community of staff and students with Christian orientation and the spirit of hope motivated by the ideas of hard work, integrity, discipline, and creativeness, and dedicated to Catholic principles. What about our mission? What is the mission of Veritas University? The mission of Veritas University is to provide students with an integral and holistic formation. What are these? That combines academic and professional training with physical, moral, spiritual, social, and cultural formation, as well as Christian religious principles and the social teachings of the Catholic Church. Now ask them, how many of you know the meaning of Veritas? What does the word Veritas stand for? You? Well, that's okay. Good, thank you, thank you. It's a Latin word meaning the truth. The truth. Veritas means seeking the truth. So that is why our motto is seeking the truth. Seeking the truth. So if we are seeking the truth here, it means that you must not lie. You must not lie. And by the time you grow up 5 years, you learn how not to lie. By the time you leave here, you say you will be a package. You want to send to Nigerian law school products that we will be proud of. We're very proud of. So, we also have core values. Core values. What is your understanding of core values? Core values are deeply held beliefs. Deeply held beliefs, traits, quality that determine how we behave as a person and as a group. Our core values. So, what does Veritas University regard as its core values? They include hard work. Hard work. I was telling my students on Monday, I said, look, as a student, your very first day of class.
Barrister Mrs. Chiamaka Onyedibe, the Registrar of the University, Dr. Mrs. Stella Okonkwo, Dr. Dennis Ekumankama, the Bossa of the University, Mrs. Margaret Akoje, among other resource persons addressing the students on various aspects of school life, dress code, as well as discipline in the university.
You must know what you want and what you don't want. You must know what you want to do and what you don't want to do. You must know what will lead you right to success and what will lead you bad to failure. That is the power of self-discipline. When you can find yourself rooted fundamentally in this principle of power of self-discipline, you will never have problems. You cruise with every lecture. You cruise. You cruise. No matter how difficult the lecturer may be, use the word difficult, because that's a simple thing you could usually mention. Use the word difficult. He will not find any fault in you. He will put his difficulty in the pocket and will not apply it to you because you are doing what you are supposed to do at the appropriate time.
The Vice Chancellor, Veritas University Abuja, Reverend Father Professor Hyacinth Ichoku, also spoke to us on camera. Prof, today looks like a dream come true for you. For about 2 years or thereabout, you have been fighting in quote to get the Faculty of Law program to take off on campus at Veritas University Abuja. How do you feel today?
Oh, well, it's really like a dream come true, and we are happy that the first set is taking off eventually, and we've gone through this process for a long time. More than 2 years, actually, we've been dreaming that the law faculty will take off, and the law studies in Veritas will take off. So we're very happy that eventually we are now taking off, and that we are now envisioning and visualizing the end already. Okay. The best product of legal luminaries in any Nigerian university coming out of Veritas. Yeah. We're very happy that the quality of staff and the quality of students we are beginning with. Three senior advocates of Nigeria on staff, and a lot of PhD holders in law are beginning this set. And so they are well equipped. They are well equipped to become the best. So that's what we are happy about, and that I hope they will also influence the other faculties in terms of their behavior, in terms of their seriousness to academic work and every other regulation in the university. We are looking forward to seeing the law faculty make a difference.
How soon do we have the Chike Idibwe building ready for their use?
Well, you know, the Chike Idibwe is almost completed. We are hoping that by January, ending thereabout, we'll be able to get it ready. All that is needed now is tiling it and then putting the windows and the doors. So we hope that will happen very soon. The contractor has promised that these things will take place very soon, and so we are hoping that before the end of January, they will pack into their permanent structure.
Thank you, Prof. We've been talking with the Vice Chancellor of Veritas University, Abuja, Reverend Father Professor Hyacinth Ichoku. Prof, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We also caught up with Reverend Father Dr. Anthony Azuike. Okay, so we have Reverend Father Dr. Barrister Anthony Azuike, who coordinated the movement of the law program. And now we have a faculty. Does that mean you can now go home and sleep with 2 eyes closed?
First of all, I'm very grateful to God for this great milestone of the university, Veritas University, and it's by God's grace that we have been able to accomplish this. And today actually is the day I would say we have been working and dreaming about, and I'm looking forward to a day will kick off officially academic activities within the university. And today we just embarked on the formal orientation, or if you like, induction of our pioneer students into this fresh law faculty, and that's very exciting.
Okay, based on what the NUC agreed, how many students were you able to admit for as pioneer students?
Yeah, the quota was very tight, 50.
Okay.
I think we're just around that 50.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you think the students are ready? I see an array of professors, senior advocates, very impressive. What about the students?
I guess you could see on their faces they are ready. But with this orientation, I could also see that many of them perhaps are beginning to wonder, what did I get myself into? So, but clearly law is not an easy thing, to do as such.
Right.
So, but we're here to guide them. It's a difficult journey, it's a tough journey, but we're here to make it easier for them. So we'll guide them, we'll lead them to success. And that will be our joy at the end, to see that our children have done well.
Thank you, Father Azuike. We've been talking with the man who coordinated the movement of the law faculty, and now it is a full faculty, Reverend Father Dr. Barrister Anthony Azuike. Thank you for watching our program this week. We will meet you again same time next week, same station. My name is Cyril Ole. Thank you.